I'm approaching 600 games now, 597, so we're almost there. 1742, good luck. So we've not played before, we have no head-to-head score. That should be green. Whilst my opponent got an internet issue. 1600 games are played, very consistent ratings. Okay, it's gone green, but it's indicating there might have an internet connection problem. That's unfortunate, but you never know, it might be stable. It's green there. Now the correct move is to take with a pawn. You can take with a queen to get out a more standard theory quicker. I tend to do that more in blitz and bullet. So in rapid games you need to be a little bit more precise or you're more likely to go wrong. But the engines don't like this type of move, but it is a move though. He's playing this really, really quickly. Why is he going so quick? I'm just looking at the logical bishop up just to get development, stop the knight jumping in one move. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm just trying to get the bishop outside of the pawn chain, developing castle. That's basically the gist of what I'm aiming for. Try and play good principled chess where we can. So challenge for the centre if you can do. Okay, I'm going to actually take here. If I drop back, he's got g4 and then knight coming in. Could be a slight problem. So now I'm just going to guard the pawn, try and get my bishop up somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. Yeah, he's playing it like a bullet game almost, isn't he? Why is he moving so fast? Really moving quickly. Oh, he's gone queenside as well. What the heck? Okay, I'm going to be a little bit cautious here. I'm just wondering whether to challenge the bishop or move the queen. I'm just going to hit the bishop. I'm debating castling this side, which is why I was reserving or pushing the pawn. Well, he's actually gone back with a bishop there, so I can do this in a cross. Okay, let's hit the bishop this side, see if he drops back there as well. Oh, he's traded, okay. Now, our knight is obviously pinned right now, so I can't go forward, but we can potentially push here. There's tricks here coming as well, so we're going to have to castle, and we're going to watch a pawn storm come down the board, so it could be dangerous, this. Oops, apologies there, I just banged the cup into the microphone. It's just to the side of me there. A lot of games for my opponent, so it should be established ratings, and that's what you should normally see with most players. If you play all the time controls, the ratings should be broadly similar most of the time. Not completely 100% of the time, but most of the time. Now, has he actually made a mistake there and hung a pawn? Or is this something deliberate? I can take with the knight or the bishop. Rook takes and my other piece takes. Instinctively I'd go with the knight because I attack the queen and I can simply drop back when the queen moves. I can take with the bishop and look to take the knight, but I think I've got to take with the knight, I think. I think he's just moving a bit too quickly, and it is 10-minute rapid chess, so you've got to obviously try and use your time and play at the right speed. He's played across, he's still banging out these quick moves. Okay, so I assume I just simply drop back and then bishop takes knight next move unless I need a check or something. I'm very happy if he gives up his bishop. I don't think he will, but if he doesn't, I've got pawn up knight across and then I can trade. Yeah, he's just flying everything down the board. So here, back, here, or I can just simply take, but this is going to come. So I'm going to do this option first and try and get rid of this bishop. So I'm threatening to take the bishop with a check. We can also take the knight as well. Try and activate the rook, but it's still dangerous, this. Takes, takes, takes. So he's threatening to push the rook. So we can check. We can then take. We'll get the queen here. Is that the right thing to do? I'm not sure. G5 might be a sensible move here. Walks into a bit of a problem, but yeah. I'm not sure here. I think I'm going to get rid of that bishop, and I think I should get rid of this knight as well. I think I should. And the idea is if he pushes here, I'll try and counter push. Now, rook across, the knight's going to move somewhere, and I've got no easy way in. Maybe queen up. Rook across, but even if I take, he can take with a pawn in any event. I'm going to take here just to get another piece off the board. Now my idea is if he pushes here, I want to counter push like this. So do I go g6 initially, but then maybe he can just go here, check, Takes, takes, takes. But then he takes and I'm in a pin I can't take back. Queen up and rook across could be an idea, but then I've got a problem here, haven't I? What on earth do I do? I'm going to play rook here first. Idea just to develop and hit the pawns. Yeah, he's just flown forward, but he's playing it instantly. So I think I'm kind of forced to go here now. I'm committed. If he comes down here, I could just be almost lost. I might have to play a move like queen up. Let him take. It's a little bit odd, isn't it, the way he's banged these moves out. Okay. If I take, queen takes, rook takes, is that a bit of a problem? Maybe. If I push though, he just takes anyway, doesn't he? So I have to take. Maybe just sack a pawn back to try and play g6. g6 seems very solid. If we trade here, I can try and go here anyhow. I think I have to do this. I have to try and be solid here. If he takes, I can always go for a trade here, but he might get rook down. That's what he's gone for. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and just trade here and grab a pawn. Now we hit another pawn, but I'm really looking to try and double up, go after the king. But I've got to think of my own defenses. And these are very loose as well. But rook across gives me a tempo to attack. So we threaten to win another pawn. We've got rook up or rook back to guard here. Now here I've got an option to actually win a pawn. So that'll give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 1, 2, 3. And then as long as I can play a rook somewhere to guard, I should be better. So I think I take the pawn and in principle come back. If he checks, it's just a rook for a rook. But he's played it crazy quickly, crazy fast. Now again, I think I can push a pawn here as long as I can make one of these moves but without losing my rook. Yeah, he's gone across, so I'm looking at rook back now. If he trades my rook, I can step up and I'm hitting another pawn, so it feels fine. Doesn't mean it is, but it feels like it is. He's just playing it too quick. Okay, he's gone after my pawn. What might be awkward is if we end up getting rooks like this. So do I just trade here? Take and allow take and just push this pawn. That feels sensible to me. If I try and push here, the issue is he gets something like this. And then I end up really defensive. Whereas I've got a chance to deal with these pawns. So I'm going to actually do it that way and try and push this one. And then maybe rook back. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to try and go after this pawn or use this rook to defend and not completely bog my position down. If I could trade these, I'd be really pleased. So that's what he's gone for there, but I think I can just push now, right? If he does this, then I can go here and guard. He can't go here. So I think I'm safe to push here. If he pushes on, I can simply capture with a check. He can't take back. And as long as I can throw this move in, my king feels safe. So I think I'm winning now. I think he just played it too quickly for a rapid game. Yeah, he's pushed forward, so I should be fine just to take that. Now, is there any way to set up a checkmate threat? I don't see it. I don't want to be fancy. I just want to win the game. I don't really care how I do it, but I can maybe play this rook across with a view to a check. As long as I'm guarding here. Here, can he try and go after the back rank like that? Maybe he can actually. So here, if you check, here, if you go here, you're actually threatening a mate with my king nowhere to run. So that's if I'm here. Here, up, here, check. If you go back, you get checkmated, so you have to come forward. I go here with a discovered check. Because my rook's here. You move somewhere. And then can I actually queen? That might be winning. Oh god, the clock, what am I doing? How the heck am I down to 345? I wasn't paying attention. All I have to do, I think, is take this pawn before he gets me and my king runs. That's all I need to look at, isn't it? That's what he's going for. I'm trusting I'm not getting checkmated here if I am. Oh, he's gone the wrong way. He's gone to block the check. He should have brought the other rook there. All I need to do is deal with this now and swap here. Yeah, so how do we do it? I think we just go here. I was thinking a bit too much there, wasn't I? Just run my pawn now. As long as you use your time wisely, that's what it's there for. But I thought he brought the other rook over. He just missed the concept of the back rank checkmate threat. So it'd be interesting to see what the engine actually says about that afterwards, whether I was actually in real trouble there. Now, I could do with cutting his king from getting to this side of the board. So I'm going to go here to stop him running right across. Just come back. So we threaten a check and we can still guard our pawns and just march up very slowly. It should be routine now. It should be. It doesn't mean it is, but it should be. But his king can't come across now. Then when he gets down, we just run the rook right away up to the other end. So just go forward. And now we just try and bring our king up and march our pawns. So let's go here. And now come all the way back again. But yeah, I nearly burnt a bit too much time, didn't I there? But that's what your time is there for. So now we just march them up again. I just want to win the game, I don't care how I do it. So we get the win, but it was a decent effort by my opponent, well done. So if we put that through the engine, 54 moves we've managed to play there. That's a lot of moves. I thought my opponent just played that a little bit too quickly in the opening, but it'll be interesting to see if he did have a back rank checkmate threat there, or whether I was perfectly fine. As long as I was getting that pawn so my king could escape, I think I was fine. It's whether I could. So I've actually played it. Look, a good game, isn't it? 94% versus 90% accuracy. My centre pawn loss is 18. My average is 32, which is right what my opponent's played. So my opponent essentially there has played the type of game that I would normally play on average. It's just a bit unfortunate that I've managed to play a very good game there. I've just got a few inaccuracies, but I've actually played it really well. So I played a really good game for somebody at my level. So if I go back to that position, I just wanted to see if there was a back rank mate threat. So I'll whiz through this. G6 here actually was a mistake. I shouldn't be too scared about the pawn apparently, just play your queen up. That looks a very scary position to me, so that's one of my inaccuracies. But I'm +3, +4 better. But it's when he doubles the rooks up here. I just want to see if I'm anything to fear here. There, this is the position, isn't it? Oh, the engine saying he actually did it right. So he doesn't have anything here. So it's +7. You can obviously play, you can actually play through the moves here if you want to, if you're not sure about that. So yeah, this is what I was looking at. Check, and if the king comes forward, check here and queen, but, and I think that's right, isn't it? That's the only option you can do. If you go back over somewhere, then you're getting checkmated. So I think I'd calculated it outright. Then I can go over the discovered check, or you can go to the side there. So I'm still going to be a little bit careful, but it's saying it's a false checkmate. But if you don't see this whole line coming through though, then you're facing a checkmate yourself because your king can't run away. So that's why you've just got to spend that bit of time, and then you see your clock vanishing. But yeah, there's actually a forced checkmate sequence here. Obviously you can take your time in your own games and really play them through. So that's what it would be. But if you don't see that whole line and you're suddenly facing a mate in two, that could be a bit scary if you miscalculate. So I'll just delete that line there. I think I'm deleting the correct ones. I am. So this is back to exactly what it was. That's our game. So in the end, it was a pretty good game. So very pleased.